Almost everyone in some kind of a community. For example, Facebook, Slack, Discord, Reddit, and many others. The main problem with all these community platforms is you do not own your community and you could be banned or kicked out at any one time. So are you looking for different alternative where you could 100% own your community and your members without living in fear if one day you could lose everything you have built? This is the software I'm going to talk about today, and it is called Scene, Scenes. Okay, let's dive in. I'm at the back end of this Scene, which you have actually set up an account, and as a member or maybe as admin of the account, you can see that these are the settings on the left hand side, on the menu. So I will go through each and every one of the menu item so that you can understand exactly what are inside this scene. First, you can see that you can actually see that the edit community tab where you can change your name or set up your community name, put up your description, and also put in your support ID. So after that, you just save setting. So people management is this. Right now, we have actually have two members since I just set up this community myself. And these two members are actually myself, uh, Albert Tan, which is the owner, and the other one is also Albert Tan, but I give it a role called a moderator. So you can manage the role of the people or members or admin or moderators in this tab called Manage Roles. So you have many roles you can choose. For example, guests, members, moderator, and a super admin. The good thing is that you can actually add the number of roles as you like. And the general permission is actually 4 of them. You can invite members, manage communities, you can kick and ban users, you can manage a role, for example, to create or edit and delete user roles and management. So for example, here, we have actually have a different kind of category inside this community, which I actually set up earlier. So you can actually give them different roles as you please. So let me see how we can actually modify the names and also modify the roles. For example, the moderator role, we give it a name called moderator. And we can let them invite users. You can kick out and also ban users. And for the permission of the moderators, we can actually set over here for the different categories of this forum. So for example here, if you make it visible, then you can see that this is the visible community. For here, we have 4 kind of permission, which is hidden, manager, participant, or viewer. So it's very obvious that, if you put hidden, of course, that particular member will not see it. So if you participant means he can actually participate in the what they call discussion of that category or that channel. So manage means actually he can add in new channels or whatever things that you want to manage for that particular category or channel. Let's save it. Next, we go to this appearance. Appearance is actually your brand appearance. So for myself, I've actually named it, download silo VIP community. And this is the color that you want to do. I mean, you can choose a color. For example, you want to choose green, you become green for the main colors. But I choose something like red color to go inside with my website. So as usual, you can actually upload a cover image as well. So this is the upload button. After you have complete, you just put save setting. So invite is something that you can actually set up invite links to send to members through email or through WhatsApp or whatever channel you want to do. So right now we actually have to enable this invite role in order to get it active. And you can always generate new invite role over here. So one good thing is about you can actually generate now, okay, and you can set the invite duration to last maybe an hour, 12 hours a day, a week, or a month. And after that, you just click generate new invite, or you do not want to use it, then you just close it. Or you can add the enroll, what they call the roles that you want to do. For example, you want to invite somebody to become an admin, then you have to put admin. Or you want to invite somebody as a moderator, then you put moderator. So I'm not going to do that. So I just close this just to tell you that this is something that you can do. Custom CSS. So custom CSS is actually very simple in the sense that if you have some knowledge of CSS editing, you can actually do here for simple modification of the appearance of the community back dashboard. So I'm not going to go into detail of that. So custom domain, I have actually done that, so I'm not going to go into detail because that will actually show my backend of the domain. So my custom domain is actually social@downloadsilo.com. So, and for single sign-on SSO, you can set it. And I have not actually set up, so maybe I could set it up later. White label email. White label email means you can send out email notification from your own domain name. For example, my domain name is downloadsilo.com. But the issue is in this scene, the default email sending API is actually located at this SendGrid. So you have to have an account of this SendGrid. So actually, this is something that they might have to add other native email service provider in the future. And of course, a webhook is something that everybody was looking at, where you can communicate with the Publi, Integrately, or Albato. So this is something that very important for us to communicate with other apps. Privacy policy. Privacy policy means you can actually set up your privacy link. Of course, from here, I actually set up my privacy link from my original website, and you can actually set it up on any other places. Zoom setting. Zoom setting is actually for them to do webinar or meeting, and then integrate directly with Zoom. Unfortunately, they didn't integrate with other online streaming, for example, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, or maybe Tvent, or all those streaming software. So basically, this is something that they have to look into that so that it can become a more complete community platform. So shop is actually something very interesting. You can actually monetize your community within the community itself, where you can set up a shop and you can set up payment gateway, Stripe, and also Razorpay. Razorpay, of course, very popular in India. So I have not set up this one, so I will not be going into detail of this one. Next one will be mobile theming. So you can set the colors, then this is the body text color, this is the icon color, and this is very simple to set up a theme. But of course, for me, I didn't do anything on this, so I will just skip it. And notification for users. So if your users, what kind of notification they will get, you will actually get through email or mobile push. These are the settings that you can set. There are many settings, so it will take some time for you to actually do whatever modification you want to do. Then after that, you can do click save setting. The next one I want to tell you is actually how to create new channel, new category, new role, new group. So these are the settings that you have to do as an admin, or you call it owner of the web of the community. So let me do one and let you see, because set channel is something like a subtopic that you are actually going to do on the community, and category is a group of channels where you actually group all relevant channel together in a main category. Sorry. New role is the role of the members, whether you want to make them a moderator, or you want to make them admin, or maybe you want to make them a member of certain group. And this new group is basically, we call it sub-community. Sub-community means that you can have various sub-community within the main community. For here, my main community is called Download Silo VIP community. And we want to set up a new group, you can actually set up here. So depend on the tiers of the what I call LTD you are buying. You can range from 5 community up to 50 community or so. So then community onboarding. So onboarding means that when a community member join your community, you can set up the setting here. So for me, I actually set up 3 kind of community onboarding steps. So of course, the social sign in or email, this is by default. And basic profile is also by default. And for application form, I actually set up myself here. I actually set up this application form here. There are actually 2 methods or maybe 3 methods whether you want to, how are you going to accept a member into your group. So for example, you want to ask your members to use phone numbers to activate or verify their identity through an OTP in the phone. You can click that, but I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to do a gatekeeping. Gatekeeping means the prospective member will be asked to fill up an application form, or maybe not only application form. If you don't want application form, you can do that. You just have to ask them to fill up the, not to say fill up, ask them to fill up all the name and also the email address. Then you send them they will receive an email notification and they will wait for approval from your side. So for us, for me, I actually set up application form and set up 3 questions. First is what is your name, what is your Facebook profile, and what is actually are you a member of a Facebook group? So this is something that you can change, and you can actually add many questions as you like, up to 50 questions. But of course, it will be a waste of time to ask 50 questions. Maybe 2 or 3 questions will be sufficient. So for example, you want to add another question, you just click here. You can use a what they call date picker, image upload, file upload, drop down menu, or maybe either yes or no. And these are the questions you have to add here, over here. After that, you just add the question here. So I'm not going to add that. Let me go back to my screen. New application. This is a new application. For example, I do some dummy application from this email address and also this email address. So you can actually see their submission. For example, let me click this. And these are the 3 questions that I've actually asked. Are you a member of Facebook group? Yes or no? What is your name? This is, of course, this is my support profile. So what is your Facebook profile? So of course my support, I don't have a support Facebook profile, so it's not applicable. So after you see that, you can actually accept or decline. So it's quite simple on that. Or the other way, you can actually accept here, or you can actually reject here, but then somehow this has been cut off. The right hand side, the menu, there should be a reject button. So I think there's something missing. So this is a small bug. Okay, let me go into the next kind of next, what do I say, a very interesting gamification feature, which is called community coin. Community coin, so you have to set up as an admin. For example, you set up the coin here. You can actually upload your coin icon, give it a name, a vibration. If you want to do leaderboard, means you want competition among different members, where you can have what they call their own wallet balance. You can do that, just enable it. And you want them to send your coins, to some other member to help them. So what are the rewards? You can set up your reward here. So for example, you invite a friend, you got how many coin, 5 likes, how many coin, attending an event, how many coin, visiting this group, this community, you got for 7 days, you got how many coins. So it's just a very simple kind of gamification, and you just create and the coin will be created. So now I have not created, but I'm going to do that in my community. So the next menu is actually analytics. So here is stated that is beta. So let's see how it goes. So performance. So actually this is the dashboard where you can see your performance of the community, how many forum posts you have, and how many comments, and how many events have you set up, and how many active members. So it's quite detailed. So you can see that, these are the member retention. Some people actually join and also left. So this is a kind of a very detailed kind of analytics. And the last one will be the moderation. Moderation means that somebody actually reported certain members who are not behaving, and you can actually, if this appear here, you can actually ban them, and this could be the ban members. But so far we only have 2 members. We have not actually invited any members to this new community yet. So we have seen all this setting. As an admin, you can actually control all this menu item, edit the community, people management, right up to performance and moderation. So let's go into the forum, or maybe you call it a community proper. Let's click here. And this is actually what you see. What I see is actually as an admin over here. And we have actually set up quite a number of posts, not test posts, the actual posts. And I will go through one by one with you guys to see that how powerful it is community, scene community in actually running. So you can see that I'm logged in as a owner here, and we have actually 2 members. That is myself. It's actually also myself here. This is actually a moderator role. So we have this bookmarking. If you bookmark certain posts, it will be shown here. Let's say, for example, I actually bookmark 2 posts. This is the bookmark that I have done. And one of these bookmarks is actually a post where we actually posted. This is a Vista Speech special LTD, giveaway over here. So it's quite simple to use. So you can actually create any post that you want. Okay, let me go into details on the different items over on the left-hand menu. So overview is actually when a person log into their account, they will see this feed, we call it community feed. And whatever new member posting or the admin posting will be shown here. Then they can choose what to go into detail and see what is actually posted. Okay, of course, this download silo, this icon, and this community description is actually all can be done in the setting just now we have said. It will be good, if we can actually see this as a non-admin. So I've actually logged in into this community using my moderator account. So you can see that, this is something that is actually showing in our community. Let me go into detail on how this works. Okay, so you can see that, this is start here is actually where I actually set it to be. There are 3 main channels. So start here is a category. This Facebook Live is another category. This general is also another category. This is a category. Let's collapse all the category first. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 category that I have set up. We can actually set up more. Go into the admin panel. And when you collapse, when you expand the category, then you call it channel. These are the different channel. So we open it up. We call it expand the channel. So you can see that different kind of topics that we are proposed in the forum itself. Okay, we have many category. So for here, I will just show you that what I've actually created over here. So community rules. So I have created a community post, which is called community rules. Let's click it and see what is actually I have actually created. So as usual, you have to type in everything yourself over here. And this is my community rules over here. And of course, you can actually comment as Albert Tan, because I'm actually logged in as Albert Tan as this moderator. So you can add your comment or whatever, then you can comment. Then announcement will be important announcement, which actually I will actually do some announcement here. And here you can see that I have actually created a post, our newly launched social community here, or are we going to abandon download silo Facebook group? And actually I have write up a small write up, explaining why I'm actually going into this download silo VIP community hosted in this scene. Then the earn silo coins, I have actually not created my coins, so I have reserved this post for my coin for future. And this is the Facebook live and webinar YouTube recording. So if you open it up, expand it, and actually I'm using an iframe to what they call put the YouTube channel URL for the different video. For example, this is Go Charlie, this is Context Mind. So let me go through, click it here, and you can actually play directly over inside the community. For example, here. So as usual, you actually view it on the YouTube, but then you actually embed it in our community. So I have actually embedded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 iframe inside this category. So let's move on. For general, it's actually kind of general where you can actually ask people to do some introduction, uh, just for members to introduce themselves. And this is the LTD chat room, that is actually created, but actually nothing yet. So LTD talk and speaker room. Speaker room is actually, you can actually do some, what they call meetings where you can, the speaker go on stage and talk, So, but of course now we are not doing anything. And webinar, let me collapse all this category first, collapse this one. Okay, for webinar, we actually added 3 channels. So event calendar. Event calendar is actually, you can actually create your calendar, which means what kind of event you want to create. Right now, I have not scheduled any new one, but for the past, I actually create both event, which is actually 2 webinar, Facebook Live, and this is the result of it. So the event has already ended, is stated there. So if you click here, you can see the details, So details is context my LTD Facebook Live plus giveaway and some information about that. And event room is slightly different. So I have to leave the conversation just now because I have not leave. Just leave it. So event room is actually, you can actually go on stage inside your community, either speak through audio, or in the future, I think they will actually add in a video as well. And recording is something that quite interesting. You can actually put selected recording inside here so that people know that what kind of a recording you are actually put inside. For example, I put my dive review over here. You can see that this is the review I've done. I can embed the video as well. So it's quite complete in the sense that, and people can actually comment here. And here is actually, I've set up a category called lifetime deals. This lifetime deal, I may have different kind of channel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can keep on adding it, as admin. But this is what you see if you join as a member. So upcoming LTD. So I have not created any post for this SAS mantra. I think I've created one. This is actually the scene early bird pricing ending in 10 days. So this is the deal, Let's collapse the category. And lifetime deal, we have talked about. And freebies, freebies is actually something that, we can add on, add other kind of channel inside. So I have software, courses, and other things. So you can see that this is something that quite neat. And the difference between this community and our existing Facebook community is like this. All the topic or category and also the channels are actually what they call properly done in the left hand menu, and you can actually search it and you won't be lost, just like Facebook. You want to search something, you have to go to the search box, and or here you can actually go into different category and also the different channel to go directly inside. And when you get inside the first login, I mean after you log out for some time, you log in, you can actually see what are the community feed, what are the new things that actually inside this some people have actually posted or the admin has posted. Okay, now we have actually gone through the backend of this community, where actually we view it as a member, or this is actually a moderator view. Let's go back to our admin view. So this is our admin view. As I told you, the admin actually can create new channel, you can create new category, and many other things. Just click here, and you can actually create new group. Here, new group, new channel, and also new role. So these are the important important role and important things that you can do with a category. I think we have actually gone through quite detail on the various menu item on the left hand side. And now I would actually like to go into a summary on my review on this one. My review on this scene lifetime deal is actually quite simple. I will just go through them one by one. And basically, this scene is actually a alternative to Discord and many other community platform that we are actually seeing in the market. So what is actually Scene? So Scene is advertised as a zero resistance community platform for brands and creators, to bring their customer, audience, and believer together. So one thing good about Scene is I have actually set up myself, as you can see in the earlier part of my review. It's quite simple to set up. I've set up it, quite detailed in a various type of format. And the first impression is the design is modern, and in terms of UI and UX, I would say that it is not very complicated, but actually it's simpler to use than Discord. Discord need more learning curve than this one. Of course, as a new user as to Scene, I'm also learning. So I've actually set up my community as shown in the earliest minutes. And I would say that this dashboard is actually quite intuitive and easy to use. One thing I want to stress is actually the 100% white label kind of thing. So you actually own this platform, and it is actually under your own name. And there are actually many community building features, that I've shown you how to set up, and you are actually not at the mercy of other platforms such as Facebook, for example, or maybe Discord. Someday they might actually ban you or maybe kick you out from the platform. So you buy this one, you actually 100% own this platform. Okay, so the deal highlights is actually here, and I would say that it's quite generous from the tier 1 up to the tier 3. You have unlimited almost everything. Of course, not everything. So unlimited admin, moderator, spaces, channel, messages, optimization for post, custom domain. Custom domain is actually for you to do white labeling. Zoom. Right now they have Zoom. And a bunch of other things here. You can actually look at the deal page. I'm not going to detail, but I'm going to go into the pros and cons. What are the pros? Pros is something that what I like and what are the good things. And first impression are actually good. Not too complicated like Discord or Slack. To be frank, I don't like Slack. I never be able to use Slack, even though a lot of developers, or software programmer like Slack. And this is a forum style or kind of a community. Multi-tier sub-community. You have a different a group, you call it sub-community, then a directory, you call it category. Actually, it should be category. Sorry, this is a category. Then the last one will be the channels. And after the channel will be different kind of posts. And 100% white label. And I would say that this is almost an all-in-one community platform where you can run webinar, can run course. Course means like training, learning management system. So right now they are under development. They have actually stated that they will actually implement this in the tier 3 uh, tier of this scene. So for tier 1 and tier 2, you don't have LMS. So forum, newsletter, blog, content library, and chat, all these are included. And one thing good about that is, you can do gamification and a leaderboard. So this is called the coin, the coin system. So this is something that you actually get your members to engage with the community and make them feel like, this is the community they want to, and you have to reward them through gamification rewards. This is we call it coin system over here. And of course, in any kind of a app, there will be some cons, which actually I don't like, or I'd say another words they call it is actually need improvement. So I mean, when I first actually use this, I actually have some problem because the documentation and how to actually quite lacking in the sense that there are no video tutorial at all, and the documentation are actually quite minimal in the sense that, so this is something that they have to improve. And audio minutes typically means here is the video and audio recording storage that can be lacking when the community getting very big. So for example here, let me check. So you have 10,000 audio minutes, which is actually coming soon for all the tiers. So if you are actually buying the highest tier, it will be tier 5. We have 50,000 minutes. So anything above that, you have to pay something extra on a monthly basis. Okay, LMS system, as you say, is only available from tier 3 onwards. Let's go back to the tier again. Tier 3 is here. So it's only in tier 3 onwards. Tier 1, tier 2, there's no. So if you want a LMS system, you have to buy tier 3 above. Okay, for integration to be developed, especially with webhooks, I think you can use a Pabbly integration, Zapier or Alberto. The only issue is problem is I think there is not much integration right now in the moment, especially in Pabbly. They have not actually done it officially in Pabbly or Zapier or Integrately or Alberto, but they actually have provided webhook. So in the next few months, I hope that they will do some actually connect with Pabbly and Zapier so that everybody can actually connect their various kind of integration platform. And one of the biggest disappointment will be no integration with email service provider, because right now you have to do email sending only through SendGrid, and you have to subscribe to SendGrid. So this is something that I was told they will actually integrate that something new in the future. But at the present moment, there is no direct integration yet. And for webinar, right now it's only Zoom, and I mean, personally, I would prefer them to also integrate with Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, Restream, Wave, Video, Be Live, StreamYard, one Stream, Fruitin Live, Melon app, and of course Facebook app. So this is something for my own community. And for mobile app deployment, it is not included in the LTD pricing, and I was told that it is chargeable. And for LTD buyer, we have to pay $99 per month on this, which is something that quite costly in the sense that so this is something that we don't have much clarity, and I also do not know why you need to pay that high kind of a mobile app deployment on a monthly basis, $99. Despite all the pros and also cons that I'm talking about, and I would like to do a final thoughts and also the verdict, whether should we buy this scene as your community building app. So I would say that this is actually a very promising community platform. And would it replace Facebook? Of course not. Facebook is a big giant with a lot of features. So the only thing with Facebook is you can actually get kicked out anytime, as a member or even as a group creator. So But this scene platform come with a lot of cool feature, as I said, mentioned above in my pro section and also during my review. So it's quite simple to use, but not too complicated. And you can actually scalable up to unlimited monthly active users and 50 sub-communities. Sub-community being subgroups within one community, within the main community. From what I've learned, the team is actually very young, also very energetic, and company actually have enterprise customer, with MRR customer. So they're actually going to LTD through this SaaS Mantra platform, to get more exposure on the LTD community and to get more what they call feedback, for how to make it more uh, improved version of this community platform. Now you have seen how to use Scene in detail and also my review on this Scene platform. You can see that it is very feature rich with lots of community building tools. And let me recap what are the major benefits of using Scene to build your community. Number one, you own 100% of the community and your members as well as your content. Number two is it is 100% white label with your own brand or your company name. And number three, hosting is all provided by Scenes and everything is in the cloud. So there's nothing to manage on server or anything, something like this. So if you decide to build your online community in which you have total control, check out the Scene lifetime deal in the link below. But don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also click the notification bell below. Thank you and see you again.